Hi, I'm Stacey, and this summer my family took the trip of a lifetime visiting Rome, Milan, Lake Como, Disneyland Paris, Paris and London, and we thought we'd take you with us. In this episode we are visiting Disneyland Paris for just 27 hours and trying to fit in as much as we can. Let's go! So we flew to Paris from Milan as this was the quickest option. It was an hour-and-a-half flight with EasyJet. It was really smooth and the Milan airport was great, really easy to get through, and we had pre-booked the Magical Express shuttle bus to get us to our hotel. We were staying in a Disney resort, Hotel Cheyenne. This is one of their kind of more budget resorts. It's all Toy Story themed and we will show you more of that. We got there around 4:30, I think it was. It was straight to our room, a quick change into some Toy Story themed outfits, and then we went a little walk round the shop at the hotel and grabbed ourselves a Starbucks, which was also on site. We resisted the temptation to buy anything from the shop, although I really wanted this Woody shoulder pad to go with my outfit, but I did resist it. Now, we had a very limited time in Disney. We were only staying here for one night before heading off to Paris. We have been to Disneyland Paris before, but it was over 6 years ago, so we decided we would walk straight to the park after grabbing that coffee, which was great by the way, and we just walked through the hotel and down by the kind of lake, Hotel Sequoia and the Marvel Hotel. You can get a shuttle bus from the hotel, but we didn't bother with that at all. We thought we would just be quicker walking, and it's really great just to take it all in and see the different parts of Disney and really feel it even with that limited time there. So once you go down past the Marvel Hotel, it's through security and into the Disney Village, which is great for different shops and some food vendors and things there as well. We didn't go for any meals here, but we did use some of the kind of chalets to get some dessert snacks, which were really great. But our first stop we knew was going to be the Studio Park. That's where we wanted to head first. We were so excited just to get to the parks. I was honestly like a kid at Christmas. I just love Disney. The whole feeling of it as well is just something so special. I'm so lucky that I've had a chance to go to Florida 3 times when I was younger, and like I said, as a family this is our second visit to Disneyland Paris. We would love to get to more of the parks throughout the world at one point as well. Now, with our booking, I used the Disneyland Paris app for the tickets to scan through. We had no queues at this point. It was probably after about 5 we were going down, so we knew we had a bit of a rush to get on some different rides. The first one we were going for is an absolute classic, the Tower of Terror. Now, we went on this 6 years ago when we first went, and my stepdaughter was only 6 at the time, and can't lie, she absolutely hated me for going on that with her, but she loved it this time. Absolutely great. We went on the Spiderman web adventure as well. That wasn't there the last time, and that was so fun. We also managed at this point to go on the Marvel Avengers Flight Force, which was fantastic. It was so fun, and RC Racer is so much scarier than you realise and the way it tips you, but that was what we managed to get on in the studios in quite a tight time. And then we were heading over to the Disneyland Park for their firework display, which is just one of the most magical things you can do at Disney. Now, in between we did grab some food in the Disneyland Park. I think it's called Cafe Hyperion or Hyperon. It's just near this area, and we only came maybe 15 minutes before the fireworks and got a really good spot. I know people say to wait much longer, and if you want to be on Main Street where all the buildings line up, you might want to be there earlier, but tight time, we had to get there within that kind of 15-minute time range, and I think we got a great spot, and the fireworks were just spectacular. I am going to post a full video on the fireworks because I didn't want to take up the full vlog, and you can see that coming out in a few weeks' time. And that was the end of our first day, and as we headed out we saw the main mouse himself. It was the music festival while we were there, so it was really cool to see all the theming for that as well. Now this is a little bit of our hotel, and as you can see it is so well themed. We thought this was great. It really did have that great Disney feel to it because of the theme, and I don't think I've seen a much better themed hotel, to be honest, and that is including going to Florida and being in Vegas as well. This was just so well done. The rooms are in these different buildings and it's just 2 floors, but there are no lifts, so if you do have luggage and you get one on the 2nd floor, just beware. I've heard people say about the noise in these rooms and everything as well. We didn't experience that, but we might have just been exhausted because we were quite far in our trip at this time. They do have a restaurant that's available for breakfast and dinner. They also have an on-site shop, which you'll have seen earlier, the Starbucks, and you can also take some time to meet some of the Toy Story characters here as well, which I'll show you shortly. I will also have a full video of the resort, the room and everything coming up on the channel in a few weeks time, but here's just a quick look at it and a quick look at the room too. So after grabbing another Starbucks that was far too handy to be on site and meeting Jessie, we headed to the Disneyland Park again. How gorgeous does the Disneyland Paris hotel look? I would love to stay there now. It is so expensive, but it is just so beautiful, and you can actually go in and have a little look around as well, which we did, and it is so pretty. And I'm sure you can get rooms that view onto the park, which would let you see the fireworks from there, which would just be spectacular, I think. But anyway, we did head down a little bit later. We didn't make use of the magic hours because, as I said, we're quite far into our trip at this point, so we were quite tired, so we headed down to the park around 10 o'clock in the morning, and we just wanted to go and really kind of take in some of the sights of Main Street, really get that Disney feel, and then it was getting about time for the parade to start. So we headed up to the area around about It's a Small World to try and get a good view, and we did front row. Again, I'm going to post a full video of the parade. I've got some highlights coming up of it, but it was so special. We did some Disney bounding this day. My stepdaughter did a little bit of Rapunzel, I did Minnie Mouse, and my husband did Mickey, and the character interactions through this were amazing, and you'll see some of that. The characters are just great at making sure everyone kind of gets that special moment, which my stepdaughter got lots of, and that just made it such a kind of special experience for us. So we took a wander down Main Street. We don't have many clips of the food we had in Disney, but on the right hand side there was some really great spots. There was a candy shop which we got the actual Disney themed macaroons from, and also further up the Mickey beignet, which was so delicious. On the channel through the shorts there is lots of clips of the food on that. We just didn't manage to do it on this camera because we were just really enjoying ourselves, so it is a bit of a shorter vlog for this one. And you really just can't beat this view, walking up Main Street and seeing the castle in the distance. It was really busy at this point. You can see lots of people sitting down ready for the parade to start, which I thought was really early. I think at this point they were maybe sitting down 45 minutes to half an hour before it started, and it doesn't get down there till a good bit later. But where we were standing was really good because you actually saw the princesses come out, where they have the princess character dining, so we got to see some of the princesses come out there as well, which was really quite cool. And then onto the parade. It is so much fun. It is just great to see all the characters and get that experience to see them, because what we've realised now with Disneyland Paris is they have introduced the virtual queues for some of the character meets for Mickey and Stitch and the princesses, and we weren't able to get on the virtual queue unfortunately, but this is a great way to see the characters and get some of those interactions with them as well, like you see. So after the parade we headed to meet Mickey at Phantom Manor. He loved the Minnie and Mickey outfits, he really appreciated them, and then we caught some of the music festival shows with Goofy and then tried to get ourselves on some rides. So this actually is inside the Disneyland Hotel, where they do a show in the afternoon where you can meet the princesses. Now with the rides, we managed this day to get on Pirates of the Caribbean, It's a Small World, Star Tours, Phantom Manor. We actually nipped back to the studios and got on the roller coaster, the Avengers one, twice, and I think that was everything we managed. We did also, like I said, saw the parade, went and got some snacks, and also saw the Rapunzel musical show as well. So we did fit in quite a lot. The queues were quite busy the day we were there, so there was some rides we missed out on. So we never managed to get on Space Mountain or Big Thunder, which we were quite gutted about. But we had the most fantastic time in Disney. It is just such a great place to visit. I would love to go back again once they have done the expansion on the Studios Park, which they're renaming, and do a whole Frozen world. But we booked this all directly through Disney, our park tickets and our hotel, and we just booked our flights separate because we were doing the full Europe trip. But there's more Disney videos coming up to give some more details on things like the fireworks, the parade and the room, and our next vlog where we go to Paris and London will be up in a couple weeks' time. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe and like and comment on the video. We really do appreciate it.